Today's video is a bit of a fun one because I want to talk about 5 side hustles that any gardener can do. So if you're a hobby gardener and you want to make a little bit of extra cash on the side so that way you could buy whatever plant or garden accessory you have your eye on, then this video is definitely for you. Now, none of these are get rich quick schemes. I call them schemes anyways. None of these are get rich quick side hustles because I just don't believe in these. These are clickbait, they don't exist. So these are actually side hustles that will make you a few $100s. This way you can afford any type of gardening thing that you've had your eye on, or you can just fund your garden for the season. If you're new here, my name is Bree from Urban Gardening Canada, and I garden in Ottawa Zone 5. Of these side hustles, I have done all of them, and so I have a lot of tips and tricks that come from it, which I am going to make in separate videos because some of these deserve a longer video that I can give you more insights on them. So if you're not subscribed to my channel, you're definitely going to want to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications so that way when these videos come out, you'll be notified. If you're watching this and those videos already came out, they are going to be in the description below, so you can watch them over there once you're done with this one. So before we get into these side hustles, I do want to give you a disclaimer. It makes me feel more comfortable making sure I share this with you. So the first one is to check with your province, state, municipality or county to make sure that you can legally do this wherever you are. I want to make sure that you're not breaking the law or doing anything that maybe is prohibited. And the second one is that I am not an insurance pro, and so it's important to make sure that if you're doing any of these and they require insurance, that you do that. So for example, when I go to events and sell certain items, I always have insurance at these events. So I just want to make sure that you are always taking care of yourself first, so that way nobody can come after you and you can do this business successfully. Okay, so the first side hustle is selling seeds. And you can make quite a few $100s doing this, which is really exciting. And there's a couple different ways that you can go about doing this. The first is that you can collect your own seeds from your garden. And so if you know how to save seeds, then this is definitely the way to go. It's really easy to save flower seeds. Herbs go to seed really easily, and vegetables are a little bit more complicated, but you can definitely do it here as well. And so one of the biggest tips when it comes to seed saving is just making sure that you understand how to save seeds from your plant and that you're choosing high quality plants to save from. Because if any of your plants go to seed early and you save seeds from them, those seeds are not going to be good quality and you're going to sell them to somebody and those seeds are going to go to seed early for them and you're not going to get a repeat customer. And this is definitely the goal, that if you want to keep on selling seeds, you want to make your customers happy. It's really simple to make seed packets. And so this is one of those topics that I do want to go deeper in another video, so I can go through how to make a seed packet and the ways that I found it to be the most affordable to do that, because of course you want to keep your revenue high and your expenses low when you're making these. And so I'll take you through that in that video there. So if it's out, it will be in the link below. And so there's a second way that you can sell seeds, and that is by buying them in bulk and repackaging them. So a lot of seed companies actually do this. They buy from a wholesaler and they repackage them and sell them to you. And so you can do this too, but this is the one where I'm saying check with the seed company that you're buying from or your provincial, state, county, or municipal laws to make sure that it's legal to be doing this. But what you do is you buy your seeds in bulk and you repackage them into smaller quantities into your own seed packets, and then you sell them at a higher price. And so this is a really good way to be able to get a wider assortment of seeds and to make a little bit more money. So similar to selling seeds, you can also sell tubers, bulbs, or corms. So if you're growing dahlias over the season, those tubers are going to replicate or duplicate, so you'll be able to split them out and sell them in the fall or the springtime. And it's the same for bulbs and corms. So for example, daffodils will split up their bulbs quite frequently, so you can split those up and sell them. or you can even do it with something like a gladioli bulb. These ones replicate extremely fast. So this is a really great way because you can enjoy flowers in your own yard, but also be able to split them up and sell them. Or for example, I found some bulbs at Canadian Tire and they were off season, so they were selling 22 of them for $1. So as long as I take care of them until the fall time, I'll be able to sell these as well. So it's very similar to selling seeds. And a few different places that you can sell your seeds includes a marketplace such as Facebook. You can sell them in a community group, or you can go to a different seed selling event. And if you do this right, you can make a few $100s doing this, which is a really good way to fund your hobby. All right, so the second one is selling seedlings. And so for this one, it's really important to get your timing right, because if your seedlings are too small, it might turn off buyers because it's not the same size as what they can be buying at a greenhouse. But you also don't want to start your seeds too early and have really large plants, because then you're wasting a lot of space in your grow room and you have to have bigger pots and more soil. So that means that your expenses go up. And one of the things you have to think about is that garden centers and greenhouses can sell seedlings for really cheap. So you can get a 6-pack of pansies for just over $1, which is impossible for you to do and compete with in order to make money. And so it's really a thing that you want to center yourself in a place where you're selling a variety of something that the greenhouses aren't selling, or they're harder to come by. So for example, you can get some really cool heirloom variety tomatoes, and tomatoes are really popular for people to buy. And so finding that right place in the market for you is a great way to make money. This is another side hustle that you can make a few $100s on, but it's quite seasonal as you're mostly selling seedlings in the spring. You can sell seedlings in the fall as well, but not a lot of people buy seedlings or grow fall gardens. So you either have to find the right market or create this market, which is a little bit of extra effort. But this one is really fun, and you can sell them again on a Facebook marketplace. You can tell people that you're going to grow seedlings and give them a list of what you have and take pre-orders and grow these for people. Or you can find a plant sale and you can set up at a plant sale and sell there. So this is another great way to be making a few $100s and have a good time meeting people in your community. Before I get into the next 3 side hustles, I do really quickly want to talk about my course that is now live, and it's called Adapt and Thrive: Gardening in a Changing Climate. And it's all about learning how to grow a garden through climate change and not have your plants be taken out by a heat wave, a long drought, or really heavy rains or winds or hail. And so this is a self-paced multimedia course. So it's filled with videos, written lectures, quizzes, and even downloadable workbooks that you can take with you into the garden and really think about how your garden functions and how you can make it better based off of the weather that you've been experiencing. And so I am going to put a link to the course down here in the description below, and you can even sign up for a free preview so you can take a tour of the course and decide if it's right for you. All right, so the third side hustle is to sell perennial plants. So you can grow perennials from seed and sell those, but that would be more like selling your seedlings. So the way that you can sell perennials is either by dividing up your own plants in your garden or a family or friend's garden, or you can actually find a ton of perennials for free on the side of the street or from neighbors. So this one is a really fun one because you can get your product essentially for free and be able to sell it to make some money. And perennials are a good one because they take a higher price than just seedlings or seeds do, so you can make a decent amount of money this way. So the first one is dividing up your own perennials. If you have a perennial garden, such as having hostas, rudbeckia, echinacea, all of these do need to be split after a while, or they take over your garden and you want to bring them back to a certain area. This is a perfect time to dig them up and sell them to people. The biggest hurdle that you're going to have with this is you need to know the variety that you're selling if you want to get the right price for it. So when it comes to digging up or splitting any plants from your friends or family, they might not know the variety, which means when you go to sell it, you also don't know the variety. The second thing you can do is so many neighbors are dividing their perennials and they either make a post online in your community group or they leave them on the end of the road. I have created an entire garden at my house with plants that were just left on the side of the road. So we're talking hostas, evening primrose, hydrangeas. There's so many different things that you can pick up off the side. And so if you do decide to do this, you have a really good stock of free plants, but again, you're not going to know the variety. And so one way around this is you can sell it to people for a lower dollar amount and just say, because I don't know the variety, instead of selling it to you for $10, I'm going to sell it to you for $5 or whatever amount that you choose to do. And so this is the same. You can sell these perennials on Facebook Marketplace or at any other online marketplace, or you can do a plant sale on your driveway if you are allowed to do it. In case you have an HOA, you might not be allowed. You could do it, so end of the driveway, a yard sale, a plant sale, or you can sign up for a formal plant sale that has a really large crowd that's coming through. You can also cut up and dig up your raspberries, elderberries, or even strawberry runners if you have fruit in your garden. This is another really good one that needs a pruning, and you can root it and sell those as well. Okay, so the fourth side hustle is selling any excess fruit or vegetables or flowers that you have growing in your garden. So if you are totally overrun with something like beans, which I'm always overrun with, and your freezer's full, your pickle jars are full, and you're tired of cooking with beans, then this is a great one to be selling. It's a little bit harder to be selling your produce because the best way you can do it is either in your neighborhood community group or on the end of your driveway, and not everybody is looking for the random vegetables that you have available. For example, this past season, I had a ton of Swiss chard and super hot peppers available. I chose to give mine away for free, and even then I didn't have a huge crowd of people coming to grab them. But this is something where you might only have a little bit here and there to be selling. And so the best way to be doing this, if you live in a place where you're allowed to sell at the end of your driveway, is to pick a specific day of the week. So for example, every Friday from 10 a.m. to noon, you sell your vegetables, and you can either be out there the whole time, or you can use the honor system and hope that people leave the money that they owe you when they pick them up. And so this is another great way to get rid of your extra produce and make a bit of money. If you don't grow a lot of vegetables but have a lot of flowers in your garden, then make your own bouquets to sell. So this is a really fun one to do, and I love making bouquets, and people love picking them up. So you can make your own flower bouquets and leave them out at the end of the driveway for people to pick up. I would definitely do something on a Thursday or Friday where at the end of the day people are coming home for the weekend and want some fresh flowers to have in their house. So you definitely want to think about the way that people are using the food or using the flowers in order to set up the right time to do this. And the final side hustle is my least favorite, which is why I've put it in the end, and that is to become a brand affiliate where you sell a specific product as an affiliate. And so this is a way that you can make money. However, this one is really difficult to make money at, regardless of what people tell you on YouTube. And that is because you need to have a really large audience of people, or people really dedicated to buying from you. And not everybody needs to buy something new all the time. So this one is really good if you love a product and you really want to work with the company, or if you do have a really large audience, this is another good one for you to do. And so there's 3 different ways that you can do the brand affiliate marketing. The first one is you can look on your favorite company's website to see if they have an affiliate program that you can apply to, and that might exist directly on their homepage, so you can look for that. The second option is that you can pitch yourself to a brand. And so this would be looking up the best contact that you can find for that company and sending them an email, just pitching yourself and why you want to work with them. And the final one is using different websites that are set up for affiliates and collaborations, such as Shopify Collabs. I know that there's other ones that exist. I don't know how many of them exist in Canada because we don't really have a great setup for affiliate marketing around here. But Shopify Collabs does exist, so that is one that you can look at. My disclaimer with this one is that, especially with websites like Shopify Collabs, you can sign up to be an affiliate but never even receive the product. So if you don't own the product, you can still sell things, but it's really hard to market something you don't own. And I'm really not a big fan of marketing products from a company who aren't even willing to give you the product in order to market it, let alone they should be paying you, in my opinion. And so this one is really Again, if you have a really big audience or you absolutely love the product and you want to make a few extra dollars from it, that would really be the only reason that I would choose this route. But it's a ton of work for a small payout. And so this one is at the end for a reason, but it still is an option to make some money. And so again, I'm gonna go deeper into selling seeds and selling seedlings because I have a ton to say about those two to give you some tips and tricks and insights into what I've learned from doing these specific side hustles. But these are really fun ways to meet your neighbors or to build a community or meet your community while making, $400, $500, $600. It really depends on how much effort you're putting into your seeds or seedlings and how many you want to grow for people. You can really limit it to making only $200 or you can make $600. But this is a good chunk of money to help you pay for your soil, your seeds, your water bill, or whatever it is. So that way you can make some cash on the side while continuing to do your hobby. And they really don't take a lot of extra effort beyond what you're already doing. If you already save your own seeds, then why not sell a few? Or if you always plant too many seeds and have a big chunk of seedlings that you can't plant in your garden, why not sell a few? So that's what I really like about this, is that even selling extra produce, it was already there to begin with. And so you're not putting in a ton of effort to be able to make a few dollars on the side. And so that's what I love about these 5 side hustles. If you found today's video helpful, make sure to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification for the future videos coming up, and check out this video here so we can keep hanging out together. See you in that video. Bye.